Deal making has really been part of my whole career. So whether it's been investing in companies or forming partnerships with cities or landlords, everything I've done over the last 10 years has been deal making. I've invested in over 100 startup companies over the last decade between LaunchHouse and my personal holding company. And every deal has been completely different. Whether it's been on the investment side or dealing with cities in forming a partnership to create space for LaunchHouse, or landlords when a business needs to grow into a new space. So deal making impacts every part of my day-to-day life, whether it's making investments, negotiating potential partnerships with cities or universities to bring LaunchHouse to those communities, or even helping companies to structure deals that allow their business to grow within a piece of real estate or expand to other communities. So when doing deals, there's always pain points that you have to work through. A couple come to mind immediately. So the first being valuation. So when you're investing in a company or buying a company, there's two sides. There's the investor or the purchaser. And the other side, there's the entrepreneur or the business owner. And a lot of times, they both have very different valuations on what their business should be purchased for or what the value of their business is. And it's probably one of the biggest reasons why I've seen deals break down over the last 10 years. And for me, what I've always tried to do when approaching a deal is look at it from the standpoint of the entrepreneur or the business owner we're buying that business from. And a lot of times it's very tough to do that because you're trying to negotiate the best deal for yourself. But at the same time, you have to take into account that that business owner, that entrepreneur, though it may not be reflected in the deal or in the financials, how much time and money they've spent in getting that idea started or that business to a point where it could be sold. And so always when doing a deal, put yourself in the shoes of that other person just for a second and see where they're coming from while negotiating that deal. So where's the entrepreneurial community today? So looking back after 10 years, and I think about when I started LaunchHouse in 2008, and there wasn't a home where entrepreneurs could come together day and night and start and grow their business from the idea stage. There wasn't a lot of free community events or entrepreneurial programming. Really, the community has grown leaps and bounds. Today, there's probably 10 plus co-working spaces throughout Cleveland. There's multiple organizations that can provide capital to help entrepreneurs get off the ground, whether it's through private investment capital, nonprofit organizations, private angel investors. But, when I look around the entrepreneurial community today, I see a community that's a little bit confused. While a lot of what you hear about is just technology, that's not just what entrepreneurship is in Cleveland. The entrepreneur community really is all sorts of people. It's not often that a company goes from an idea to the software created to $1 billion exit. Companies take time. And when we look at the entrepreneurial community, it's not a 1-year time frame. It's not a 10-year time frame. It really should be a 50-year time frame. In 1997, a company called Amazon started as a place to sell books online. Today, every person who listens to this probably receives an Amazon package or purchases something from Amazon. So while the community has grown so much, and there should always be a major focus on technology and healthcare, because we have two world-class healthcare systems, being the UH and Cleveland Clinic, we should really look at all industries and all innovation around entrepreneurship in Northeastern Ohio. And when I think of an entrepreneurial community 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, it's not led by one industry, it's led by several. And it's finding those individual entrepreneurs that are doing something different,